Ladies and gentlemen and ladies and gents. You know, I thought I heard your voice last night, and I turned around and I said, "Hey, is that you?" But it's over. I never realized that it was just my mind playing tricks on me. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. It seems colder lately at night. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was Climax. And Climax was singing, I miss you. Okay, and because Climax was singing, I miss you, well, I figured it was time for us to do this video. Ladies and gentlemen, I just finished a video talking about how I won't be doing consults anymore, but I'm about to give you guys something that nobody else has talked about. I guarantee you, nobody else has even thought about this, but I guarantee you that if you guys start implementing this, if you really do start implementing this, you can stop all kind of foreclosures left and right from this point forward. Would you like to know how? Some of you can start businesses with this. I'm not going to sit up here and do anything else other than to let you know that the God that I serve allows me to be who I am, a genius. Would you like to know how this works out? Well, pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. If you have a loan with any one of these major banks, as I just spoke about, realizing that the bank had, because the understanding was arbitration, I did not know, ladies and gentlemen, I did not know the implications was going to go beyond my own personal issues with the understanding of arbitration. But it turns out that the understanding from my God was on point. Because after I did that video, I realized, like I said before, it wasn't to do an arbitration contract. It was to utilize the arbitration contract against the financial institution. Well, how do you use an arbitration contract? Because they're going to claim that there is no arbitration. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? There is an arbitration. And we sent them a notice of change in terms of agreement. And so everybody who has a mortgage, understand this. The Federal Reserve Act, Section 16, Paragraph 4 applies. There was a deposit from the Federal Reserve to the local Federal Reserve agent on your behalf. And that deposit was on your behalf, and thus there is a deposit agreement. Those funds were to be made available immediately. Those funds were not made available to you immediately because they're still saying you owe a debt. So you have the right to take them to arbitration regarding those funds being made made available to you immediately. Some of you guys are not going to get what I just said. So go back and look at the process. You do a contract with the bank. I want a loan. And the bank says, you're approved. Go find a home. And you go find a home. And then you go to closing. What's this? I got to sign it? Okay. And you sign the paperwork. Says loan application packet. Okay. And so you fill out all of that. You don't realize that you've just given the bank all of my power of attorney just so they can handle all my business and their business too. Indemnification, I ain't worried about that. And you're going about your business. And then they say, hey, you owe money. I owe money. I don't owe y'all nothing. Y'all, what y'all doing? A monthly? I didn't agree. Okay, fine. Here's your money. You're threatening to take my property. I just got in this property and I needs my property. And then you can't keep up with the payments because they made it so that you can't keep up with the payments. And wait, now you're about to lose the property because they say, we're going to foreclose on you. You be like, wait a minute, you can't foreclose on me. And they say, we're going to do it anyway. And then you say, hey, Eon, I need your help. And Eon said, look, I'm doing so many things. I ain't got time. All right, I'm going to create these organizations and they going to help you. And then you get to the organizations and Eon is like, oh, man, I got to really help these people because these people need some help. And then next thing you know, what Eon does is Eon talks to his God. You know, his God's name is Jehovah. Hey, Jehovah, how you doing? and me and Jehovah, we tight like that. We go back like rocking chairs, man. And next thing you know, Jehovah gives them an idea to handle a personal situation, which also handles this situation, realizing that the Federal Reserve Act, Section 16, Paragraph 4, makes it mandatory for the Federal Reserve Bank to issue Federal Reserve notes to you. Why? Because they're taking your note, giving it to the Treasury, and being reimbursed for the Federal Reserve notes they just gave you. Uh-oh. That's the March 1933 Act. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a deposit on your behalf that they're making on your behalf because it's done on your behalf. You're borrowing money. They're depositing that into the account for you. Here's the thing. The local Federal Reserve agent doesn't realize that they put an arbitration clause in their deposit agreement. Look for the deposit agreement. You can Google search it for your bank, the bank that you did the contract with. The deposit agreement arbitration clause. Remember how they update their terms of services? The deposit agreement. That's what you're looking for. The deposit agreement, ladies and gentlemen. That deposit agreement says that if there are any disputes regarding any deposits, that you get to take them to arbitration. Follow the rules. Take them to arbitration. Bring up the Section 16, paragraph number 4. Ta-da! That's it. Just that simple. Ladies and gentlemen, they can't get around it at that point. When you do arbitration, there's another point that y'all don't know. When you do arbitration, pay attention! When you do arbitration, ladies and gentlemen, you must ask for your discovery. And you can't issue subpoenas in arbitration. You have to create the subpoena, but you do it with the arbitration information on a subpoena. And subpoena the information. Let the arbitrator know that you have a right to this information because they were supposed to issue those notes, and we need to see the taxes because that's a capital gains for you. Ta-da! There you go. Gotta go. Hey, I hope this information is beneficial for some of you. But like I said, I've been up since 2. It's now 5 o'clock. Okay? So that means I got to go get some rest. And ladies and gentlemen, hold on a second. We're going to end this with climax. And ladies and gentlemen, let's just say, all I got to do is tell y'all, I got to go. Have a good night. Have a good morning. Have a good afternoon. Have a good life. Have a good bye.